Welcome to Newark Activation Sabrina. Excuse me. I hope you're staying on top of your vibration and your alignment. I broke my phone. I dropped it on the concrete and I didn't have any protection on it. And it chipped the screen and it stopped working. So I have to get a new phone now. And I won't be able to do that until my next day off from my job. Excuse me. And I also was looking at the phone lying down, and it's not a good thing to hold the phone up over your face while you're laying down because it dropped and hit me in the nose. So and you just don't do it when you're really tired, because things like that can happen. So someone who doesn't really know anything about going within and keeping up with their own alignment, keeping up with their own vibration, knows nothing about anything spiritual, has never done anything spiritual, was saying things that they had no business saying because they couldn't understand. This is not supposed to be understood with the mind. I've said this over and over and over again. It's meant to be felt through the heart. You do it without the mind. And if you're doing it with the mind, you're not able to receive everything you're meant to receive. And if you have anything negative to say about it, and you've never done this before, how can you sit there and judge it or have anything to say if you yourself have never went within and stilled your mind? I don't understand how anyone could even have a comment about anything they've never done before. But it doesn't matter to me because I'm still going to do it anyway. I'm not going to let the opinions of others or the comments of others stop what I'm doing. And no one or nothing can take from any of us what is meant for us. Not the Pope, not anyone. Let me be loud and clear about that. The Pope thinks he has authority. He has no authority. He has no power, especially if he is corrupt. And for him to think that he can sign whatever he wants to sign, to take from another what doesn't belong to him, he's only hurting himself, every single person he's related to, and everyone he does business with. And he doesn't know the damage that he's doing. Because if you're corrupt, how are you going to understand? You can't. You have no idea what you're doing. Because I received a message about it that the Pope was signing something to take the heritage. Not possible. Now, I don't know how anyone on the face of this earth, by me saying this to you, can support the Pope or anything that has anything to do with anything Catholic whatsoever. The last Pope that passed, if he wasn't corrupt, he would have been placed in a glass casket to go on tour for 21 days, just like Paramahansa Yogananda did, and prove to the world that he was not corrupt. The Pope can never do that. Why? Why do you have armed guards at the Vatican? What's really going on in the Vatican that you know nothing about? And where is it hidden? How deep under the Vatican is it hidden? I mean, really, think about that. Now, I don't tolerate corruption. I stand up to it. I don't keep my mouth shut and look the other way. I've never done that. And I speak out for those that don't have voices, or they do, but not in the way we do. Like the wildlife, like nature. Every chance I get. Because they belong here just like we do. They deserve to live out their life with their own kind, just like you do. Because they understand. Walk up to a fish tank and say, "Has anyone said I love you today?" And see what happens. And mean it. Don't just say the words to say it, because they'll feel it. All animals are that way. They feel and know who is true and who isn't. I seen someone who had a dog yesterday, and he had one eye. And I said, "What happened?" Because there were still stitches there. And she said, "Oh, I don't know. He just started scratching and scratching and scratching until his eye popped out." And I'm thinking, well, where are you keeping this dog? And where has he been? And what are you feeding him? That's also a message to her, because she is refusing to see. She's closing her eyes to what she doesn't want to see. Take that into your heart and see how that feels. And then I hear other people are trying to pose as me, to say they're me. And they're doing what I'm doing and saying that they're me. No one can ever every one of us is different and unique. And if you're trying to be something that you're not, it will never fly. It will always fall flat. Because what is meant for you will always be there for you. What is not meant for you, you're not going to receive. And if you're corrupt and you've done harm to others, well, then you lose everything. That's a fact. If you're doing things behind someone's back and you assume that they don't know just because they're not present with you, oh, trust me, they know. They know everything. Excuse me. And then I want to, and then someone wanted to critique what I'm doing here. Okay, well, you want to critique what I'm doing? Well, let's see. My computers are gone. I have just my phones, and the two phones that I have are really old, and my new phone just broke. It won't even turn on because I dropped it. And that's all I'm going to say. If you want me to go further, you'll have to send me an email. Because I don't know if you can handle all of it. I don't even know how, if anyone could experience all that I did. And I'd like to see how far they'd get. Or if they would continue on. And I'd like to see how, if they were tempted, what they would do. And I'd like to see if they could pass every single test. And let me be loud and clear. Just because you have money does not mean you are free. If you've never done anything spiritual in your life, go within and ask your heart. about it. How would you feel if you've been struggling financially? I'm not going to get into the details of it all. And then someone comes up with something that you were talking about, and never mind, I'm not going to go into that. If you want to know, you can send me an email. Obviously, you notice that there's nothing written under my videos. That's because my computers are gone. I'm doing everything from my phones. And now I need to replace my phone because I just broke it. And let me tell you something else. The other day, was it yesterday, the day before? I think it was yesterday. I woke up with a name that I have nothing to do with. For that to have happened, that is an intrusion. That was interference. And that has been destroyed. You have to love yourself so much that you're able to still the mind and be peaceful. If you have constant chatter, and you're not able to go that deep like I just described and catch that, then you have to be consistent and stay on top of these activations daily until you do get there. And the only way you're going to do that is by stepping out of the world and no longer being of the world. That means stop watching TV. That means stop doing everything you're doing and make yourself a priority. Put God first and get out barefoot in nature and start meditating and doing these activations. And make sure you have plenty of water with you and you take a shower daily. Even when you don't want to. And even when you don't feel like doing these activations, all the more reason to push through that barrier and keep on doing it. Because there is things that you know not about that are preventing you from continuing to stay on top of the activations. And a quitter never wins. Let me tell you something else. I stay on top of my sessions and do them daily still. So, if there's anything on the web anywhere about me that is negative, it is a lie and it is not me. Let me be loud and clear about that. I don't play games, and I have nothing to do with corruption whatsoever. I'm not for it, and I never will be. I've made spirituality a priority in my life, and I dedicated my life to spirituality. Therefore, do not be deceived out of others lying about me, saying this and that or showing this and that, because it's not me. It's what they want you to believe, but it's an untruth. And if you get involved with that, you've destroyed everything in your life. Period. Just like the Pope. And I think I'll do an activation later on, because it's getting too hot and I don't want my phone to turn off. If you have anything you'd like to share, any comments, you can put it in the description box below the video, or you can email me at reinadhabsburg@gmail.com, and I'll see you next time.